in the student section pulling together and doing, you know how it is. When you're winning, man, and people you can follow it, it really gives you something to be a part of. And the school was really kind of up and had good pride and stuff going on at the time. So it was a great run, and I just kind of told those younger guys that were out there, even if they don't play for me, obviously I'm going to pull for them because I want to be, we want to be good at everything we do.
No doubt.
But I told them, hey, take a day or two and then start it over again for next year. That's what you got to do. And like you said, it never stops. You're constantly working to get better and stay on top.
So who's over your NIL program? Oh, wait, that's a different show.
Yeah, no, I don't have that. But we'll
it's coming to Alabama, though.
We'll take sponsors, though.
No doubt. The facility, again, we are, Jeff and I always talk about how we love going up there, man. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
It is. There. It definitely is.
Special.
For sure.
Jeez, it's special. We tried to find that house, right there across from the school. We wanted to rent it as an Airbnb, but we couldn't find it listed.
Oh yeah, no, it's beautiful, man. I mean, anytime we were looking at it the other day, we took a picture over the top of the scoreboard at the baseball field on the Sunset, man, and it's it is a special place. We're fortunate now. We're up there now. We're not known as Crossroads anymore. We moved up there in February, so now we don't have to pack for 3 days going to school and coming back, and so. It's right there at the school. We're in the community with our school and our church and around the people, and so it's been real fortunate for us. It's been a good situation.
So if one of them forgets to put shoes on, it's a quick trip home.
Yeah, there's no shoe problems this time. Yeah, we can just go home and grab it. You're like my wife. You don't ever let me forget the things that we don't.
It's classic. It was burnt in. That's a classic one.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about coaching staff, right? To move over to football, and we'll close with some baseball stuff. You got season left, right? Still things to be done.
Yeah.
So what does the off season, so to speak, look like for football?
Well, like I said, we've been hard in the weight room. We've Coach Jackson, which was offensive line coach and kind of running the weight room. He's left. He's gone to Bob Jones as the office coordinator there. So we've kind of changed a little bit of our weight training routine. Kids have seemed to respond real well to it. So obviously we're going to have to find a replacement and staff-wise in that, but everything else is pretty much intact about what we're doing. We're going about 1 day a week on Wednesdays. Getting about an hour and a half in of work after we do baseball practice from like 2 to 4, and then from 4 to like 5:30 we got football coming out there, and just some skill stuff, trying to get kind of a jump on spring and giving guys maybe that are new a heads up on kind of what we're doing, and have where it's just not right on them when we get to what we're doing during the springtime. And we've got a good number of kids coming out. We probably got about 8 or 10 upperclassmen. We've been having, about 12 to 15 going to be 7th graders coming to work out after school, just kind of trying to, because that's the biggest thing about coming from nothing to middle school, right? Pee-wee to middle school, there's so much more responsibility, held with that. We just kind of wanted to give them an understanding of how our weight room works. Obviously, it's not the same, and it's not the intensity of what we're doing or the complexity of what we're doing with the older guys, but it's something to give them an opportunity to get in there and kind of understand, what our mindset in the weight room is. So that's been going on. And like I said, we've been, trying to put together a spring package for, offense and defense and things of that nature. And that's kind of what those Wednesdays have been also, as far as like teaching them kind of like our blitz scheme on defense or things like that. So they'll have an understanding getting into it. But, like you said, it never stops. It's been a little different, doing baseball and then doing that. So having to kind of pull both. We've had to do a few things differently as far as that goes, because Coach Knight, who's my defense coordinator, also helps with baseball as well. So we've been having that going on. But like I said, all things being said, I like where we are. There are kids that if you look at them, last March to this March, we've improved leaps and bounds. So we like where we're going.
So you're going to have a spring game this year?
Absolutely.
Okay. Heck yeah. That's good.
Yeah, we've got actually on the schedule Brindley Mountain and Woodville. So they're going to be coming to our place on May the 17th.
Okay.
Playing. We'll play a whole game, obviously, but it'll be a half against one, a half against the other. Middle school's going to play. We're going to have them in the game. So, that's kind of the goal of what we try to do with spring practice. We want to see everybody on film. So we want to try to get everybody on film, get everybody, meaningful game reps so we can kind of, gauge where we're at with who they are, especially the new kids coming in, because maybe they're out of position, and you want to see, hey, we may need to move this kid here, move that guy there, or just, things of that nature, kind of see where we're at. So, yeah, it's always good to play a game in the spring. It gives kids something to look forward to after all the practices.
So, speaking of Gage, how's the quarterback?
Broke hand. He broke his hand for baseball. This was one of the injuries I was talking about. He broke his hand in the county tournament. But, hey, he's in the weight room every day finding something to do, so I'm proud of him for that. But, he caught a backswing, I think they call it a boxer's break on that on the hand, on that pinky right there. So he should be cleared. He'll be cleared by spring practice, but he may be cleared before the last couple of weeks of baseball. We don't know. We got to go back next week. Next Friday will be his fourth week out. So
I expect big improvement in him. Obviously, he got, I'm not going to say thrown to the wolves, but here you go, son. Let's see what you got.
No, it was, we had a lot of kids that got thrown to the wolves. We had a lot of kids that were, we were playing a JV team on a varsity schedule. We really were. And that's no excuse. I'm not trying to make excuses because obviously at the end of the day, we've still got to do our job. But we just had a lot. Our average age on the team was 15 years, 3 months.
That's crazy.
And so, you're talking about kids. I still, right now, don't have a kid on my roster that can drive, so legally anyway. So, we're still struggling with that and that kind of stuff. But, yeah, I expect improvement from him. We're talking to kids that hadn't played that we feel like are going to be good skilled kids that say they're going to come out. I'm really pushing for them to be there, and some of these basketball kids that didn't play last year, and I'm hoping they're going to come out and give us an opportunity to show us what we do. You guys have been around me long. You know what my offense is supposed to look like, and offense obviously didn't look like that last year. We were kind of short on skilled kids, and we were short on our line was kind of struggling, but we're going to kind of get all that back. So, but if we can get some kids out in some skill positions, we feel like that will be greatly improved.
So, Coach Brandon Johnson's watching. He says, great coach, man, and leader.
Hey, just tell him to take it easy on me later in April. We'll be there on the 16th. We'll be there on the 16th. I love Brandon, man. Known him for a long time.
Great programs.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? When you do it the right way, things happen good for you. And, obviously he had a tough situation, at Etowah, but, again, you keep doing things the right way, and it's going to shine on you. And it shone on him last year, and I was real proud for him. And like I said, there was a few home run derbies that had to beat him in during our younger days at doing
when you're Huntington and stuff, right? Stuff happens. But it's always great when one of the good ones gets a championship. Right?
Oh yeah, no, you pull them for
so much bad.
Yeah, you pull them for. There's I tell people all the time there's terrible coaches with great jobs, and there's great coaches with terrible jobs out there.
Sure.
And unfortunately, people don't really realize the great coaches in that situation and what they do and how they, how they continue to work hard even when things aren't going well. And then there's some guys that just, they fall into it and they're not, but it is what it is. That's the way life works. But fortunately, in this situation, one of the good guys got a good job and actually probably made it a good job the way he works.
That's true.
And like I said, Brandon he'll keep doing good things up there.
Well, it's hard for me to root when a scumbag is winning. Right,
it's tough.
It's tough for me to get behind that.
It's tough. It is.
I'm still excited for the kids.
Yeah,
right.
And you always pull for the kids.
Absolutely, but some of these scumbags.
It happens.
Sorry, not talking about you, Coach. You, but I am talking about you. Sorry. One of those days is open. I'm Jared. It's open day for baseball, Coach. I'm ready to go. Right, 3:05 pitch. So, hey, you raising money.
We are.
It takes money to run a program.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, it does. That was one of the things that again, just years of coaching, man. You just kind of there's things that you do and things that you learn and ways that that you can make money and it's about the kids. I've always prided myself on we are a $0 program. We do not charge our kids any money to play. Mm-hmm. That's baseball included. We didn't charge a single dime this year to play baseball.
Heck yeah.
We had some great fundraisers that raised enough money to give us a budget that was able to be worked in and things of that nature. But parents have so much on their plate these days. As far as what I've heard, people charging $500, $600, $700, $800 for kids to play in high school, and I know I couldn't have done that growing up. My mom and dad couldn't have done that for me.
Sure.
I was fortunate enough to be in a place that and Alexander didn't charge us things, and we were allowed to play. And so, but it takes work to do that. It takes work, constant work. But it also, what else it takes? It takes people that are generous enough to donate to your program. Mm-hmm. And at DAR, we've been very fortunate to have companies and individuals that have, said, "Hey, yes, we want to support the program. We want to do that. We want to, buy the field signs. We want to, donate the meals. We want to do this kind of stuff." And so, but yeah, we got a couple of good things going on right now, football wise.
You want to start with the clinic?
Yes, absolutely.
Can we do that?
Oh yeah, we got a huge football camp coming up on May the 25th. It's huge. And when I say huge, I mean it's big time. We've got some former NFL guys: Antonio Langham, Tony Dixon. Jerry Jones Jr. is going to be there. It's a bunch of Alabama guys. A guy by the name of Marvin Constant played at Alabama. I'm sure if you're Alabama people, you remember that.
It's on the screen right now.
Yeah, he actually came up, or I got with a guy up there in DAR and Grant named Shane Harbin. Shane and Marvin knew each other. Shane was able to get me in touch with Marvin, and we were able to put this thing on. There's a lot of big time people. There's some maybe some surprises that I'm not going to talk about that's going to show up.
Okay.
But
Saban's retired now.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be Saban. I'll go ahead and tell you that right now.
No, it's the middle of the draft.
Yeah,
so,
it's not going to be Saban.
He's working on the draft.
But I've had a lot of questions about it. As far as it does cost. It's $125 to attend the camp. I've had a lot of questions by people, was this just kind of like a kid camp? And this is a football camp. Mm-hmm. We're going to teach football. These guys that you see are going to come and they're going to instruct, and we're going to talk about football fundamentals. We're going to talk about specific position play, and we're going to have competition. So there's going to be all kind of things there as far as that goes. It's going to be an all-day thing. It's going to be 9 to 3. It's going to be on our campus. And this is not going to be a one-year deal. We're going to, obviously this year is probably going to be some learning curve as far as how we're handling it and things we do, but we're going to continue to do this every year, and we're going to make it a bigger and bigger event. We've I've kind of gotten the word out to coaches in Madison and Marshall, DeKalb, Etowah, Blount, Morgan, those counties, Calhoun County. I've gotten them around, trying to get it out, trying to get the word out, and it's kind of. We've got some signed up. There's a way you can sign up online. We have a website. It's www.northalabamalegendscamp.com. There's a registration form on there. You can even pay online. We make it easy like that. We have PayPal and we have a Venmo that allows you to pay online. But we're shooting for 200 kids. That's what we're shooting for, and we believe we can get that. And again, if this isn't where you're going to come and sign autographs and take pictures with, all these people, there will be a time for that. But it's going to be a football camp. It's going to be an opportunity, like I said, to learn from some of the best that have played at the highest level. There's some guy, Darius Gilbert. He's a Calhoun County guy. I grew up playing against Darius. He's kind of the camp instructor. He runs the camps for them. Griff Redmill's there. There's just a lot of guys that are going to be there. There's current Alabama players that are going to be there. So we were talking about guys, like I said, that played at the highest level. They know what it takes to play at that level, and they're going to be out there giving these kids a full day of football instruction. Okay. So it's going to be great.
Well, even if you were going to pay to go get an autograph, it would be way more than $125 for these guys.
Well, and we kind of, again, the first time for us to do it, right? So we just kind of looked out there and we kind of looked at Milrose Camp and some other camps that people are doing for NIL purposes and things like that. And, they're charging $175, $200. And we just kind of felt like, look, I think this is a good price. And not only that, we felt like it was a good price for our local kids to be able to, it's not breaking the bank. But again, and hey, if we could put it on for free, we would. But it costs us to put it on. It's, we'll do our free camp that we do every year for the young guys in August, like we always do. That's not going to change.
Yeah,
that's something we do for our community. But like I said, it's a big time thing. It's going to be really huge. We've got so far we've got a lot of sponsors that are going to be involved with helping us with it. We have people that are going to be donating camp gear to us. We have people that's donated money. We have people that's going to donate rooms for these guys to stay in. It's going to be a big deal. And we're going to continue to advertise it probably further on into April, we're going to have some TV interviews with some local stations and things like that as far as it goes, trying to get it out there. But like I said, I was just really fortunate that Shane got in touch with me about Marvin, and Marvin and I were able to get together. And it was, like I said, it's a huge deal, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
So Antonio Langham, San Francisco 49ers. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, well, and and I love the kids. When you're talking to them, we say, "Hey, you may not know these guys, but your dad knows."
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Hey, Dad.
All the dads going to be there. Yeah. It's going to be the fence.
Yeah. I'm like Antonio Langham. Interception, national championship,
Yes.
played in it. Ask your dad.
Yeah,
your dad will tell you about it. So
in some cases, your mom will know.
Yeah, maybe so. Never know.
Sorry. Raising money. Got a tremendous golf tournament coming up.
Yes,
let's talk
have that
about
going
that.
on too. That's going to be this. Coming in April the 27th is when that's going to be. It's going to be at Big Spring Golf Course in Albertville. 4-man scramble. $300 a team, man. Right now we got about 10 teams, so we got about 10 more we're shooting for. It's going to be a 20 team thing. We're going to pay out top prizes in 3 flights. So we know there's some ringers that come into some of these sometimes. So we're going to flight this thing to make it kind of as even as possible. Again, we've had just great turnout from our community and the local surrounding communities about supporting this thing and sponsoring us inside of it. It's a great opportunity, man, just to get out and play, have fun with your friends. We're going to feed lunch to you, and it's going towards a great cause, as far as that goes. We on our Facebook page, DAR Football, and on my Facebook page, we have the graphic and the flyer that goes up on there. I've told folks how they can get in touch. They can email me at daviskm@marshallk12.org. Or they can even shoot me a text. I put my number out there, I don't care. It's 251-214-7817. That's my number. If you want to text me and tell me that your team wants to be a part of what we're doing, we'll get you in. Like I said, we're going to cut it off at 20 based on what the course wants to hold and that kind of stuff. But we're real fortunate. We get a Saturday in April, and you don't get a lot of Saturdays when you're trying to do these kind of tournaments. You have to do it during the week, and so. We've been real fortunate. Brother Chuck kindly got us in with his. That's where he plays, so he got us in there with him, and so we're real fortunate to get that date. But like I said, man, it's just. I think every time we do a fundraiser, every time we're trying to help our kids, man, whether it be football or baseball, anything I've been associated with or a part of in Grant, I've really been, I guess, overwhelmed may not be the right word, but just kind of amazed maybe. Of the people that want to support our kids and the people that want to get out there. And I mean, there's some people that we, and I feel bad, but we hit them every time and they never fail to tell us yes.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think that's just a testament to their investment in their school and their community. Because like I said, it's a great community and a great school. And I think our kids, obviously we've struggled. It's been a struggle. Our kids have gone through, I'm the 4th baseball coach and 4th football coach in 4 years. So that's a kind of a struggle. As far as that goes, I still get asked all the time, "Hey, are you leaving? Are you leaving? Are you leaving?" And obviously, they don't know me. I'm not. We have a plan. We have a goal, and we want to see where we're going to be in the future. And so we're there, and we're working hard to continue to improve it. And these are things that we have to do to, like you said, programs don't operate without funds and teams that are able to provide for their kids. We live in a different time, there was, we played ball because we love ball. And I'm not saying kids don't love ball, but kids love swag and kids love clothes and kids love, they love all this stuff. And
I hear you, Coach Prime.
Well, they do. And I've had to not change my beliefs and my morals. And what I believe that sports are about, because me, I'm a true team player. I believe in team. I push team. I think if parents, if parents raise their kids to be the best teammate possible, you'd see a lot better world. Period. I just believe that. But at the same time, there are things that I believe that we have to do these days to get kids to want to be involved. And like I said, that's put them in really nice gear, and that's put them in good spirit packs, and have nice things for them to go to. We're planning this summer going to Top Golf and doing these kind of things, to kind of get kids to want to be a part of what we're doing, and that takes money, and so these fundraisers,
especially if you're going to eat at Top Golf.
Oh yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, a couple comments here. One from Kent Archer. I know you don't like bragging on your boy too much, but how is he progressing?
Well, Mr. Archer, number one, was one of Gage's favorite people ever growing up, so I hope he knows that. He is. He's progressing. Like I said, I don't, I love him, but it's tough being a coach and being a dad. I mean, it really is. I told somebody the other day, talking to some of these kids, I mean, as a coach, I'm always going to push team, like I said. But, as a dad, I'm a little bit selfish. I want him to have good players around him.
Sure.
I mean, you want your kid to do that. Gage has done really good. He's been working hard in the weight room. He's been working hard at his position. Like I said, he was doing really good in baseball until he got hurt. But again, like I said, I think the biggest thing that I can ever say about him all the time is that, he's always willing to do what it takes for the team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's always doing that. Like I said, he's in there with one hand working out. The kids can see that. I think it kind of shows, especially if you're the quarterback or you're trying to be any kind of leader at all. Like I said, we show it when we feel like it. We show it when we don't. That's our motto. It's always been our motto. I think he does kind of embody that at times. I mean, he's still a nut. He still does dumb things, and we still have to get on him. And
not Gage.
Oh yeah, but he is his dad's kid, I guess.
Well,
touche.
But
he is really he's progressing. I like I said, he's getting stronger in the weight room. He's getting taller. We're hoping we can get some guys around us that he can, get the ball to offensively and let them make some plays.
Once you can fully install and have the athletes to run your offense, people who haven't seen it, it's special.
Well,
it's fun,
and it is fun, and that's the thing too. We got to let kids at DAR got to understand that football is fun.
Yeah.
We've got to show them that it's fun. And look, getting beat on an average 65-10, that's not fun. I mean, it's not, and I understand that completely. But again, that's where we started.
Yeah,
that's not where we're going to finish, but that is where we started. But to finish, and my mantra to these kids that aren't playing, that I've been trying to get come out, I've been trying to tell them, we want to look back in 10 years and somebody say, hey, A, B, and C, those guys are why we're here where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
They decided that they wanted to make football important here, and they brought their talent to the gridiron, and we're where we are now because of that.
Another comment here. Tim Crow, he says, Coach Davis, Mitch from West End says hello.
I love Mitch. I actually saw Mitch. He was doing a prayer the other day. Yeah. Tim's a great guy. West End people, man, we love West End people. I mean, it's it was tough on us leaving. Obviously, sure. I ain't gonna lie about that. I mean, your kids are born there. Your kids grow up there. The people there take your kids in, man, and they treat them like family. And it's kind of like a divorce a little bit, and it hurts. But we're glad where we are now. But obviously, there are special people, and there are special times that we spent there in Altoona and Walnut Grove, and we have lifelong friends because of it.
Mm-hmm. So let's just talk family, right? You guys are very busy. You got kids going this way.
Always, yeah.
So let's just talk about what's going on in the Davis family.
Well, like I said, baseball eats up a lot of it, obviously. We're practicing and playing just about every day. We got Tori and Laney involved in track. That's a new thing for them. Yeah, that's a new thing for them. They don't really do that. This is their first year doing it. I think Tori especially, I think she's really fallen in love with she does discus and shot and javelin, and I think she's really liked it. She's got some friends that kind of do it with her, as far as that goes.
Cool.
Mackenzie's actually working at school as well, so she's doing that. Like I said, Gage is doing his thing. We got Sydney in t-ball. Grace is doing basketball. I mean, Sarah Kate, she's staying with her mom for a little bit right now, but I mean, she'll be back in the summer. So I mean, hey, it's always something, man. It's never. That's what somebody said. The house that we're in right now, it's a little bit smaller than what we had in Owens Crossroads. Or something like. Well, you're never there. So I mean, it's just somewhere to sleep. So we got enough room to sleep, and we've got enough room to do that. But again, being in Grant really helps a lot of that too, though, because we're right there, and everybody's able to be at the facility, whether it's for track or for baseball or for football. And like I said, the city park's right across the street, so we can see the t-ball for that. And I mean. Obviously, like I said earlier, there are situations where great coaches, don't have maybe the winning and records that you can have and things like that. And then there's terrible coaches that have great records. But at the end of the day, man, there's a lot to be said for being at a school where your kids are taken care of, where that people care about your kids, and being in a community that you're proud to be a part of. And so. we're proud to be a part of it. We're not from Grant, but people have taken us in, like I said, whether it be at the school or in our church or just community people in general, things like that. And obviously I think you get put in certain places at different seasons in your life.
Sure.
And we were built for tough places. I mean, that's kind of where we were. Like I said, I think if West End didn't win a game before we got there, and so it was a tough spot there. But we were able to get kids to kind of believe in what we were doing, and Escambia County was the same way, and everybody we've been kind of the same way. So we believe that we're going to get it going here too.
Well, Alan Beckett said you guys are cut from the same cloth, and you're both hard-headed.
Oh yeah, well, there ain't nobody more hard-headed than me, and that's for sure. I tell people that all the time, and so
I got an amen from the back row.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hello.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. And and I think that goes to unfortunately, and again, the kids in Grant on the football program have had guys that just, and I'm not talking bad about them because look, man, it's a tough situation. I mean, and sometimes you just gotta count it and say, is it really worth it right now? Is it really worth it for what I'm going through? And we just believe it is. And we're not going to let you run us off. We're not going to let I told somebody they had to dynamite me out of there, and that's what's going to have to happen. I believe that. Mr. Boland has full support of me, and Colonel Nollier, our board member, has full support of me, and we believe in the things that we're doing. And not everybody's going to agree with you, and not everybody's going to think that what you're doing is right. And some of them even voice it. Some of them go to principals, and some of them go to board members, and some of them do that. I mean,
it's almost like being in church.
Yeah, and it is, and some do that,
Way.
And that may be what it is. But at the end of the day, I can sleep at night because I know that my number one job is to put that team and those kids first and make the decisions that I feel is best for them, and it'll always be that way.
A couple quick things, because you guys, Grant is kind of like a Hallmark community, right?
Yeah.
You live in a Hallmark movie up there.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite place to eat in Grant?
I'd say, well, I like them all. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Good answer.
I like every one of them. I mean, we don't have a lot to choose from. I like them all. But I would probably say that, for our family, I mean, and doing what we've done, I mean, Kaylee's, we do Kaylee's a lot. We've done Porky's a lot. Like I said, we've done Hardee's a lot too, because I mean, we just have a lot of situations. But again, all these people that are up there that have restaurants there, they all support us. Every one of them, they all either they have a sign or they feed us a meal, or things of that nature, So we do a lot of we have a Mexican place there too, Cazadores, and we eat there, and they support us a lot. So I mean, as far as favorite, it's just maybe what we're feeling that day, but I mean, we frequent them all a lot,
You got to get around and spread it.
Yeah.
All right, what's your favorite church in Grant?
That would I mean, again, you're putting me on the spot here, but obviously it's our church, man, First Baptist. I mean, and we have kids, and we bring in pastors from other churches to speak to our kids. I mean, we are open. Our program's open to everybody. We want all of our kids to experience. If they go to whatever church or whatever, we want their guys to come in and do. But as far as that goes. I mean, my dad, Baptist preacher, we grew up in Baptist church, obviously. That's what we did. And, again, I've told this story in here before, and we tell the story to everybody. Leaving Central, man, and leaving Bethel, it was tough. I mean, It really was. I mean, Brother Marvin and that whole congregation, man, I mean, they loved on us. They loved on our kids. And me and Tisha talk about this a lot. It's people can treat you bad, but if they love on your kids, it's kind of hard to, it's kind of, you still kind of, so when people love on your kids and not only that, I mean, what they're teaching your kids, right? I mean, it goes well past football, it goes well past anything like that. So, but obviously when we got to Grant, we were able to get involved in First Baptist and our kids, we have a really good youth program there that Jeremy does a good job with. And, Brother Chuck's a great leader and like I said, our church family, I mean, we do a little children's church every now and then, and we get involved with that. And
you do a children's church in your house.
Yeah, we could hold. Well, they probably need it the most, the ones in our house, for sure. But
y'all missing out. You can be multimillionaires if you just do a reality show.
Well, I mean,
the Davises.
Yeah, they might would have to edit it, a lot of it, but
we got premium channels.
Yeah,
but
like I said, it's been. there's a lot of uncertainty as a coach when you move into a community,
Sure.
and there's just been a lot of great things that have happened to us and great people that have been in our lives that have helped a lot.
Well, Coach, we're going to wrap this up, but again, we put it out during the show, and we'll continue to put it out. Sign up for the camp. It's going to be incredible.
Right.
And come play a little golf in April.
And on the website I told you about, it tells everybody it's going to be there, gives them a little history, a little background, if you don't know who they are. But like I said, all these guys that are going to be there, they're going to teach your kids football, man.
Well, hold on, wait a second, Jeff. I may have messed this up. I talk about your family. You mentioned that kid. You never mentioned your wife, Coach.
Oh,
Well, the boss don't have to tell anybody they're the boss. You know what I'm saying?
Fair, but everybody wants to know how she's doing.
She's doing great.
Okay.
I guess she's doing great. She hasn't. I'm still here, right?
Then is she doing great?
Yeah, I'm still here, and there's there's things that obviously I think I do that gets on her nerves, but again, super supportive. She makes about, we do a feeding program, so she makes about 80 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches a day. She does that. And that's
Stop. How important is the nutritional part of working out and getting growth and those kind of things, man? It's crazy.
you can believe it or not, but we've got kids that have gained 10 pounds since November when we started it.
We see it with Coosa. It's the Coosa way, man.
Yeah.
They did that their nutrition program, and the growth is incredible.
Well, like I said, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without her. She comes down. Oh, I couldn't. She comes down and she does those while people are. We have, especially now, losing a coach. So we, sometimes maybe we have to make them the day before. Sometimes we have to do that. But she's very instrumental in that. Obviously, me being busy like I am, she has to get kids to places and do things, and still shows up for the game. And she shows up when she feels like it, shows up when she don't too. So
that's kind of how it is, right?
It is. It really is. And I'm blessed.
So if you want to volunteer, make a peanut butter jelly sandwiches and whatnot, get with Coach.
Oh, we're there, and that's been good too. People have donated money.
Yeah.
People have brought bread. People have brought peanut butter. People have brought protein mix. Again, just people that are willing to say, I don't know how many wins this is going to give you, but I do know our kids are going to be better off. Let me help.
Heck yeah. Lastly, for me, before we get out of here, book club coming this year?
We're actually doing it right now.
Oh,
yeah, we've been doing it. We've taken a couple weeks off because we're like I said, we're short on a coach, so we've missed a couple of weeks. Still doing our John Gordon, the hard hat, 21 ways to be a great teammate. Again, we're trying to teach being a great teammate, man. Hey, and there's 21 aspects of it, and if our kids can take 3, we feel like that we've been successful. And so, because man, teaching to be a great teammate is hard these days. It's hard.
Pretty sad.
Everybody's about me. Even mamas and daddies about me. And so
it's
trying
almost like
to
we're
teach,
in the Nazarene church.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, we're just trying to teach team, and I'm hoping that that they can take something from it, and we can. And it ain't just football. We got basketball kids in there. We got baseball kids in there, and we feel like that can transfer to anything they do, past sports, job, family, whatever. Being a great teammate.
You may need parents in there. Hey, thank you to our sponsors. Some of these Pierce & Pierce, attorneys at law. I text him thinking I'm you all. It's weird. Twin City Used Cars. You're right there. Both Kyle's in my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Little Burton's, Jamie Graham. Appreciate everything he does. Etowah County Tip Line, Sheriff Jonathan Horton. King's Olive Oil. If you're in town for a little bit, you're going to go check that store out. It's incredible. Trent Thrasher Construction. You need something built? He'll do it. You need to be prayed with? He'll do it. You need to be yelled at? He'll send Jenny. But we love the Thrasher. So anything in closing, Coach, before we get out of here?
No, man, just appreciate y'all. We've known each other for years, man, and I appreciate everything y'all do for – you've kind of ventured out past just sports now. You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But, it was, you guys have always been supportive of everything I've ever done, no matter where it is, and I'm really appreciative of that.
Well, we latch on to great people. We have to, because we're around so many douchebags that we have to. Alabama Auburn show coming later today.